Tatsuki Fujimoto's influences include, unsurprisingly, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Fooly Cooly, Kizumonogatari, Korean films in general, Berserk by Kentaro Miura, and many more, but today I want to talk about the apocalyptic hellscape manga that inspired Chainsaw Man. Consider subscribing to my channel if you enjoy my videos, it is greatly appreciated. Abara, a dystopian science fiction seinen manga by Blam author Tsutomu Nihei, honestly felt way out of my league initially. I've been too intimidated to read Blam because it looks like a manga that requires 100% immersion and concentration, and I can at least confidently say this stands true for Abara. Nihei's art style is among the most recognizable ones in the industry, with this apocalyptic and rough around the edges portrayal of environment and space especially. I didn't even need to look it up to know this is by the same author as Blam, and like I said, I haven't even read Blam. Oftentimes you can breeze through the silent panels of a manga and turn your brain on when there's something being said. But here, this reading approach will result in pure confusion as much of the story is silent and each panel requires a thorough look to grasp what's even going on. So a story that can easily be completed in about an hour with standard manga reading pace turns into a deep dive that can last an entire day upon reread. This might have been unintentional, but I feel the same way about Chainsaw Man. Sure, you can breeze through it and enjoy it, but there's so much to get if you slow down and take things in amidst this rampant chaos. This is something I've come to realize thanks to the anime adaptation, which is by nature slower than the manga. Maybe this applies to most manga or most works in general, but Abara is one that, in my opinion, required it. With the art style being as raw as it is, accompanied by the fact that the story is deliberately in hiding, I didn't have the faintest clue what I had just read on my first breeze. There's a common saying in storytelling which is never give the audience 4, give them 2 plus 2, and I felt like I had just been given an advanced equation I could never solve without a calculator. If you were able to follow it completely from the start, good for you, but I'm sure many couldn't, just like me, and I don't think this is necessarily a negative thing. There's always a demographic for stories that require serious brain exercise to get through, although I'm not necessarily always in that demographic. Don't get me wrong, I love me a story with underlying messages, but when understanding the plot alone takes this much effort, I feel no interest in even analyzing it further. This video would be 20 minutes long if I tried to explain the plot, and honestly, there's a good chance I'd still get something wrong, so condensing it to the simplest sentence I can, which might be doing it a disservice, but hopefully this sells even a few people. Abara is a dystopian sci-fi story with body horror elements where people turn into grotesque mutations called Gauna. That's it. There's a whole lot of politics involved too, time travel and human experiments as well, but I think you should just read it yourself in case you're interested, instead of listening to me try and half-assedly explain it. When it comes to the Fujimoto similarities, I find Fire Punch to resemble Abara more than Chainsaw Man, at least in atmosphere. Fire Punch takes place mostly in a barren wasteland just like Abara, and they both feel messy in this weird way. Also, the twins Nayuta and Ayuta seem like a direct inspiration for Luna and Judah, and without spoiling anything, the ending felt like a direct parallel, as Fujimoto also has a one-shot called Nayuta of the Prophecy, and I mean, the reference is pretty obvious there. Fujimoto has stated that he attempted to make a pop Abara with Chainsaw Man, and I do kinda think he succeeded. I'm sorry if this offends some people. I know Abara was nominated for an Eisner Award and I'm likely just too slow to get it, but to me, Chainsaw Man is way better if I had to compare the two. I prefer a manga that has hidden depth beneath an enjoyable and easily consumable story to something us mere peasants can hardly comprehend without whipping out the calculator or some shit. Even that being said though, I do recommend you give Abara a go, because I imagine the people who will enjoy it will really enjoy it. Go see if you're one of these people. To send you off, here's a panel from Chainsaw Man that is clearly a reference to Abara, and another one I thought shared some similarities, although it might be a bit of a stretch. That being said, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Patreon link is in the description as well. I want to thank all my patrons and a special shout out to Tier 3 Giga IQ Chad Crimson Nomad. I hope you all have a great day and peace.